Have you ever heard of the famous psychologist Ivan Pavlov and his experiment with the dogs? He discovered that the dogs could learn to salivate at the sound of the bell if it was consistently paired with the food. This process is called classical conditioning. When one stimulus becomes linked with another to produce a response. Let's break it down. The unconditioned stimulus naturally triggers a response. In Pavlov's experiment, it was the food. The unconditioned response is the natural reaction, in this case, salivation. When a neutral stimulus, like the bell, is repeatedly paired with the unconditioned stimulus, it becomes a conditioned stimulus. The dog learned to associate the bell with the food. The response to the conditioned stimulus is the conditioned response, salivating as the sound of the bell. This learning process is called acquisition. It occurs as the conditioned stimulus and unconditioned stimulus are repeatedly paired together, forming a mental link. But what happens if the bell keeps ringing with no food? The dog will gradually salivate less. This is known as extinction, the weakening of the learned process when the conditioned stimulus is no longer followed by the unconditioned stimulus. Interestingly, Pavlov noticed after a break, the dogs would salivate to the bell again. This is spontaneous recovery, showing that the extinction doesn't erase the learning, it just suppresses it temporarily. Another key concept is stimulus generalization. The dogs didn't just salivate to the exact same tone they were trained with, which is 1000 Hz. They also salivated to similar tones like 900 Hz or 1100 Hz. Generalization is adaptive, so say if you get sick from eating a certain berry, it is wise to avoid similar ones, but it can become too broad as well, like avoiding all social situations after one bad experience. Lastly, Pavlov learned stimulus discrimination, the ability to distinguish between stimuli. If only the 1000 Hz tone was paired with the food, and the 900 Hz tone was not, the dog learned to respond only to the 1000 Hz tone. So say with experience, our response become more selective. Thank you for listening.